Oh, and this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? I'm in a great mood today. I am the coach. This is Coach and Company, and we are live on Stadium and everywhere the Stadium lives. Amazon Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV, Vizio, LG. The list goes on and on. Now, Thursdays, we absolutely dominate for 2 hours, not just one, coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. You don't even have to turn the channel. We have Coach and Bro, one of the fastest growing pro wrestling shows in all of the land. And you don't want to miss today. We got a ton of great topics as well. So let's set the stage. First and foremost, I wanted 5 winning days. Well, yesterday, 4-8, not our best day, but the NBA has days where they decide, we just don't want to score. At least one of my props at least scored, but we're going to have a great bounce back today. Thursday Night Football, we've got NBA Showcase. We have front page news, and today's Thursday night game is a big one. I'm calling it an eliminator. It is the Cowboys on the road at the Lions. I love how the NFL now with their new schedule, they have been playing 2 Thursdays in a row, making Thursday Thanksgiving one of those days. So super hyped for that. Our schedule. In addition to our 2 hours this morning, we also have Off the Ropes with your boy, the coach. Every single day, I am on Sirius XM, channel 156 with Off the Ropes. And then tonight, if you are a premium member, awesome, you're all set. If you are not, I encourage you to become a premium member and do it right now. Scan that QR code. We have a ton of fun live betting for sometimes 90 minutes. We'll be coming on at 8 p.m. Eastern time right before Thursday Night Football. We'll probably be on for the first quarter, maybe even the first half. Who knows? But it's a ton of fun to watch, live watch with all of us and do it together. All right. I believe that is all of our housekeeping, which means there they are. My company is here. It's bounce back day. It's time to beat the books. Can you guys believe it's week 14 in the National Football League? Look at this motley crew today. Let's start with the man downstairs. He's live from Memphis, Tennessee, and your Grizzlies starting to play a little bit better basketball lately. DG, what's good?
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, guys. I'm feeling good finally. My teams don't suck anymore. The Grizzlies somewhat figuring it out, but the Cowboys, America's team, they play tonight, Coach. This is one of the biggest games of the entire season for sure.
There's no doubt about it. My guy, the youngest member of our crew, he lives 9 months out of the year in Dallas-Fort Worth at TCU. Young Peyton, what's the vibe like in Big D?
It's awesome. It's awesome, guys. Great morning here. Got another alert on my phone, though, this morning. The Anaheim Ducks just gave up another goal to the Utah Mammoth. 7-0 last night in front of your home crowd. What are we doing? I mean, still a great start to the year for the Ducks. Great. Awesome to see. Haven't seen it in a while. But you can't lose by a touchdown in hockey in your own building. That's terrible.
All right. That is very, very, very true. By the way, how did you do color commentary for a game? How did it go?
I wanted you to bring it up, Coach. It went great. It went great. I had a great game. Great partner, Chris Blake. Went really well especially for my first time. I really enjoyed it as well.
Man, congratulations. All kidding aside, that first game you get to, and you're doing big time college, man, I couldn't be more proud of you, man. I'm serious. It's awesome. I can't wait to watch it. All right, finally, he's our numbers guy for a reason. Say good morning to Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. Tonight's Thursday Night Football. I am hearing could have the most NFL prop bets wagered on this Thursday Night Football because of these two teams.
Well, I know I've got at least 2 of them. And I know we have more than that. So, boys, we got to get to it because we also have the 25 days to Coachmas to get to it. Today is day number 4. So, one very simple question. Oh, my guy. He wants all the smoke. DG, best bets, go.
Tonight's game should be a banger for Thursday Night Football. So let's go ahead and start off with Jared Goff going over the 250.5 passing yards. It's at -110. He's over in 5 straight, averaging 279 yards. And now he faces the Cowboys, who give up the most passing yards in the NFL. I get it. Amon-Ra St. Brown might not be there. I don't care. Give me over 250 passing yards for Mr. Jared Goff. Let's go to his number one guy tonight. And it's going to be Jameson Williams going over the 80.5 receiving yards at minus 108. He's over in 3 of the last 4, but listen to these numbers in the last 5 games. He's averaging 6.6 targets, 4.2 receptions, 83.4 receiving yards. All that includes a stinker against the Giants 2 games ago where he had donuts everywhere. But let's go ahead and cash that with Jameson Williams tonight. And then the last one. On the other side of the ball is George Pickens going over the 79.5 receiving yards at minus 112. He leads the NFL versus man coverage. Guess who plays man coverage 44% of the time? Yeah, that's the Lions. We're going to cash this again. 3 straight. Let's make it 4 tonight.
DG, I still have a little PTSD. I've only played Jameson Williams once in the last 4 weeks. And it was that Giants game when he had zeros or 1 for 4, whatever it was. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. By the way, a big thank you to Not Without Hope coming on board. In theaters December 12th. We'll have the QR code up there throughout the show, but also on our shorts that we post on social media as well if you guys want to participate and buy a ticket through us. It helps, and it makes them very, very happy. Also, I'm trying to get Josh Duhamel. I feel like Josh next to young Peyton would be kind of a nice backdrop. You look like a movie star. You look like you'd be a movie star. All right, young Peyton, coming right over to you. What do you got today?
Going with the Chicago Bulls, who killed me last night. But so what do? I mean, I go right back to the NBA again, right? I'm going with Austin Reeves tonight. He's at 29.5. And there's really only 2 words you need to hear to make this pick. No Luka. Luka's missing tonight in Toronto for the birth of his second child. AR-15 has the ball in his hands 70% of the time when Luka's out. I like Reeves to have 30 tonight. And the Thursday night game, Cowboys-Lions, Dak's at 268.5 passing yards. That's it. I mean, that's like my intramural flag football games when they had me at just 196.5. That's nothing. But seriously, no matter which way this goes tonight, Dak throws for almost 300 yards because if the Cowboys win, they do it with the 2 best receivers in football in the passing game. If they lose, they got to throw it in the 4th anyway. Dak's averaging 271.5 per game. That leads the NFL. Give me Dak over 268.5 tonight.
Wait a second. Did you say 2 receivers? Dare we say it together? Have a little
Energy.
I think it's just getting worse. I'm going to go next because I have one of those 2. Just like DG likes George Pickens, I love CD Lamb. If you guys have noticed the last couple of weeks that they played well and they've been scoring those points, who do they go to? Well, it is those 2 guys, but it's more CD Lamb. He's getting open. He's starting to swell up. He's starting to get that chest out, and he went over both of these numbers last week. He's going to do it again because the 7 days doesn't bother him. So we're going to go over 6.5 minus 103. Now, the yards are a little bit juicy, but what do we say? Sometimes the juice is most definitely worth the squeeze. 81.5, that's a sweet spot for CD Lamb. He'll have a couple of 20, 30-yarders. We'll sail over this, so don't even worry about laying the 30 cents. And then in the NBA, one more play for me, Anthony Edwards. I went back to 6 games ago. 41, 43, 31, 39, 32, 44. Translation, he's starting to heat up. So if you're going to give me a number underneath 30, I'm going to take it every single time. And they have the last game of the night, and it's against, the Pelicans. They stink. Or as DG likes to say, they
suck
so badly. And so tonight, he's going to score a lot against his team. All right, Raphael, bring me home.
We're going to 2 NFL plays tonight. We're going to take Jared Goff over 21.5 passing completions. I love the passing yardage over, so why not take the completions? This number should be around 23 because I think both quarterbacks are going to be throwing. He's hit this prop bet in 3 out of 5 games. And then I love me some synergy, so I'm also taking a Cowboys wide receiver. Give me wide receiver 1A, George Pickens, over 5.5 receptions at minus 125. He's hit this number 5 out of 7 games. He is averaging 6.3 receptions in his last 3 games. He's going to get the ball thrown all over the field because we all know the Lions secondary. Let's see it again, DG. What's the secondary of the Lions?
Yeah, they suck.
Bungled
Can't say it again.
That one. Can't say that. And you bungled it, Raphael. Completely bungled it. By the way, 13 catches, exactly 200 yards between Pickens and CD Lamb Sunday against my beloved Kansas City Chiefs. All right, best bets, they are in. I feel great about them. I really, really do. But we're trying to give you a little something extra. We're in the holiday mood since we're now into December. So with day number 4 in our 25 days to Coachmas. All righty, young Peyton, upper left. What present are you unwrapping underneath the tree today?
Well, every week I tell you guys, go get the TCU Horned Frogs to win it all because, hey, we're a good team. We're a really great team this year. Don't get me wrong. But I just watched UConn play Tuesday night. Wow, they can hoop. They're even money right now to win it all. And I think you have to go get that before they become heavy favorites after they win more games. They simply just move different than anyone else in the country. They look like a WNBA team without Angel Reese, of course. They're so smooth, so solid. And the best part about them is their rotation is about 8 or 9 girls deep, and all of them can play. So sure, Sarah Strong came back for them, another big year for her. She's their star, but if you take out one of their stars, next girl up in the rotation, you still have injury protection basically if you still take them and someone gets hurt. Because with the other talent they have, they're still winning this thing anyways. They're so gifted athletically, and compared to the rest of the country, they just move different. UConn women's hoops repeats this year. Go get it right now.
I'm just looking at that number plus 100. That's a little crazy right now. It's a little crazy right now. By the way, you're a savage with Angel Reese. I heard they just sold their second pair of shoes for her signature Reebok shoe as well yesterday. Raphael, what present are you unwrapping under the tree?
While we're ending Thursday night football tonight, I'm going to give you a gift. It's called Thursday Late California College Basketball. We have 4 great games going on tonight. And if you like NBA style game, watch Cal Poly CS Fulton game. The total is 176.5. Will probably close at 178.5. And then the midnight game, Hawaii. Keep an eye out for this 7-footer. Isaac Johnson, 7 feet tall, averages almost 17 points a game. Hawaii is going to be a force to be reckoned with in conference play.
That Cal Poly game, it's only about 25 minutes from my house. I may have to jet over there after the, I don't know, premium pop-up. All right, we got about a minute combined here, DG. What present are you unwrapping?
Yeah, Dak Prescott, really good. He's leading the Cowboys offense to the NFL best 393 total yards. But if he does this to end the season, he would actually do this for the 3rd time, and it would put him in a tying mode of second most all-time with Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner, all behind one guy who did it 6 times, and that was Drew Brees. So Dak, pretty good these days.
Yeah, he's playing really good football. My present, maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel better, but if you're out there and you're looking for some money line plays or you're looking for a parlay piece, since 2020, the Kansas City Chiefs have the best December record in all of the NFL. They're 58-20. They need to go 5-0 if they even want a shot at the playoffs, but 58-20, best record in the league in the last 5 years. Packers in the last 40, they have the best record and the best percentage. I love these gifts today. We're just getting started. Up next, a little front page news. This is Coaching Company right here on Stadium.
Down for some deep sea fishing? Crack of dawn Saturday?
We're gonna be all right. We're 4 big, strong men.
Nicholas, it's Mom. I know you went out fishing this morning. This big storm's supposed to hit.
We got some men out in the open water.
4 men in the middle of a giant storm.
This is now a rescue mission.
No visual. Weather getting worse.
Captain, is my boy still alive?
Hope is the strongest thing that we have.
Hang on! In theaters on December 12th, Josh Duhamel. I did an event with him one time. I'm telling you, I don't get, what's the word, nervous or jealous very, very often. But when you stand next to Josh Duhamel, best believe you get all those feels. So, guys, we mentioned Luka out tonight. He's actually in Slovenia for the birth of his second child. Did you guys know that he's been with the mother of his now second child since like middle school? It's bananas. By the way, Peyton, do you have a little towel or a Kleenex? Do you have one close to you? You're really, really blurry compared to the other three of us. Since we're on YouTube right now, if we can.
No,
Are you able to clean your
I'll
camera
do
off? Raphael, should Luca be allowed? I'm kidding. For his second child, that's the only way you're slowing him down these days.
Yes, I mean everyone wants to be there for the first time. My brother went to all 4 of his, so I'm not a father, but I totally understand it and I'm okay with it.
DG, were you in the room for both of yours?
Boy, was I. I wasn't even allowed to pee. My God, at 2 a.m, I asked to go pee, and I was told, you are not going to pee. And so, yes, I was definitely there for both of my children being birthed.
Peyton, you look great, buddy. You look great. I'm sure nobody is saying anything in Dallas about him missing a game, but what if they miss out by one game on something at the end of the year because of this?
that'd be terrible. I mean, I know we all know like how great he's been, but when you really go look at his game log, his numbers are absolutely ridiculous. And I think this is the MVP year for Luka Doncic. I mean, look at what he's been doing, especially if the Lakers keep winning with him out there healthy. It's pretty awesome to see. He's been putting up ridiculous numbers lately.
Insane. I really think that weight loss helped him a ton because he's playing back-to-backs. He's playing great. In the fourth quarter, he's not getting tired. But, oh, by the way, if you would have told somebody that they dropped in off of Mars that Austin Reeves and Anthony Edwards would have the same number to bet on, would anybody have believed you a year ago, 2 years ago? It's bananas. But Austin Reeves turning into a beast, as is DeAndre Ayton. This Lakers team, they're getting a lot of hype out here in LA, and rightfully so. We're back in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It's Coach and Company here on Stadium. We're here for 2 straight hours this morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time. It's Coach and Bro with me and Vince Russo. In 20 minutes, in about 15 minutes, actually, we've got Thursday Night Football, and it's a banger. It's an eliminator. It's the Cowboys. They've suddenly been red hot, and the Lions are kind of limping because of their head coach. More on that coming up in 15 minutes. But right here, right now, we want to get into some big stories that could affect things moving forward. We're not just about betting here at Coach and Company. It's time for some front page news. Peyton, you doing okay over there, big dog?
I thought we had a transition coming.
Yeah, well, I did too.
That was funny.
All right, producer man, if we can drop Raphael into the chat, I'll just have DG and Peyton here. It's live stuff. Any questions for Raphael, put them into the chat. He'll answer them for you in real time. All right, topic number 1, gentlemen. And you knew this was going to get ugly, DG. You just knew it. And it got real ugly real fast. AD Keith Carter did an interview yesterday, and wasn't as good as ours with Ben Garrett, but it was what it was. But he disputed several things that Lane Kiffin said, and the biggest one saying, I didn't find out till Sunday that I couldn't coach my team in the college football playoff. Carter says, that was not true. He found out 4 weeks ago that he would not be allowed if he chose to go to LSU. Are you surprised that Lane Kiffin is just having everything kind of crumble like a house of cards behind him?
No, this is who Lane Kiffin is. He did this when he went to Tennessee. Yes, he named his kid Knox, but in all honesty, like nobody in Tennessee wants anything to do with Lane Kiffin. And so now you're seeing the exact same thing, maybe pushed up to a level 10 or 11 at this point for Ole Miss. And I just don't understand why Lane Kiffin wants to just have a smear campaign when he leaves. Like, just leave, keep your head high, and don't say stupid stuff. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
What a shocker. Lane Kiffin told a fib. I mean, not only did the AD accuse him of lying, but when Kiffin said in his statement Sunday that the Ole Miss players wanted him to coach them in the playoff, several players said he was lying about that too. And Kiffin's the greatest used car salesman of all time. But with that said, go Tigers.
If you guys have not seen our interview with Ben Garrett, you guys got to go and watch it. It's absolutely amazing. There's probably 15 or 20 nuggets in there. And one of them is when Lane Kiffin said that he wasn't allowed to talk to the team. That wasn't at all the truth. They have a leadership council. It's like 5 or 6 different players. He spoke to them, and then he told them that he wanted to go talk to the team, and they told him to kick rocks. They're going, nope, we're good. You don't need to talk to the rest of the team. It's semantics, but it's an absolute bold-faced lie. And we had it, and we were the only ones to have it. And go check out, it's on our Coaching Company YouTube page right there at the top. I promise you, you will find out stuff in that interview that you will not believe. It was absolutely amazing. And once again, thank you to Ben Garrett for joining us. Topic number 2. It's a big deal when the World Cup is coming to the United States next year. So they make everything a moment, everything a ceremony. So DG, this Friday in Washington, D.C., they're going to have the drawings for groups and the countries and all of that. And listen to the star-studded lineup. And I wonder how much this cost. Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, Aaron Judge, Shaq, and it's going to be hosted by supermodel Heidi Klum and Kevin Hart. This is why soccer around the world is such a big deal. And here in the States, it's starting to grow as well with the MLS.
Yeah, you're getting star-studded talent for this, and honestly, rightfully so. Like, the money that it's going to bring to America just in general when the World Cup comes is going to be amazing. But I was just sitting there thinking, like, are these the 4 best or I guess biggest known in their individual sports? Because every sport is presented here with each person there. And so I was curious. I started thinking about that. And so I wonder what everybody else in the world thinks, if these are the 4 biggest names. But man, these names are huge just for a draw, just to find out where everybody's playing.
I think so for sure. Maybe Michael Jordan, I guess, maybe in basketball. I don't know. But do any of these like celebrity stars sleep? I mean, seriously, they get up and they have to do this interview and that one, and they say, "Oh, sorry, honey, I got to do the World Cup draw today. I'll see you tonight." But this is really cool. This is some of me and my dad's favorites. My dad's man crush, Tom Brady, and my favorite comedian, Kevin Hart. Let's go. I love it.
They're all collecting checks. Tom Brady is getting paid by more people and more. I guarantee you that this is not a volunteer trip to Washington. This is not, hey, Kevin Hart, you want to come host this for free? That ain't happening. What do you think? What do you think the price tag is for each guy? 100 grand? 200 grand?
I'd say 150. Yeah, 152 is what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think that's probably pretty accurate. Man. God, it must be nice to be Tom Brady. Now, he did do an interview the other day, and he was talking about that because he's so busy that he hasn't been able to see his kids very much. And he started crying because he said, "I'm not quite the." So there is a downside to making $350 million from Fox and having to show up at every single thing. Fox will have a majority of the World Cup, and they have probably 5 or 6 Fox channels. That's part of the reason Tom Brady's there. Let's be honest. All right, topic number 3 in the NBA. I've really enjoyed the NBA, and normally we don't really get into it here at the show till January, maybe even February. Giannis, it almost feels like DG, his time is running out in Milwaukee. He went down last night with a calf injury. They feared it was an Achilles. They ruled that out. But Doc Rivers said after the game, he goes, "Let me be very clear. Giannis has not asked for a trade, despite the rumor mill going crazy that he is mulling his future in Milwaukee." Have they kind of done their cycle and worked out of being a championship team? And is it time for him to leave and go somewhere else?
I think it's time for Giannis to go. And you're honestly seeing when Dame got brought in, they thought there would be big things that happened from that. And honestly, it just kind of everything hit the fan at that point. It hasn't been good. I think the telltale sign for Giannis was when he sent his family out of Milwaukee back to their home country and told them, "Hey, I'll do this over here by myself. You go back and have a normal life." And so when I saw and heard that, that's when I knew things were not going to be good in Milwaukee for long.
I'm kind of on the other side here. I actually believe Doc for once. I mean, how does Giannis leave? He's a Milwaukee Buck. There's no way he's leaving this team. I mean, I can't see Giannis in a different jersey. It's just weird. Sure, their time has completely passed for a championship. I do agree with that. But as far as Giannis being on the Bucks, I think he's a Buck. But for the short term, if this MRI comes back positive, Milwaukee's in big trouble this year. They have no one else to give it to down the stretch in the fourth. Plenty of role players, but 0 playmakers on that team. So Milwaukee really hoping this MRI comes back negative.
Yeah, as I was doing my deep dive, I couldn't help but go back to the last time your boy was in Milwaukee, hanging out with the Bucks players, Michael Redd, a few other players, and we went to a party sponsored by oh yeah, Playboy. That particular night, it was a lot of fun. Details don't ask for them, young Peyton, but trust and believe. It was fun. Topic number 4, and this is a guy, DG, because you're my NBA guy that never gets mentioned when you say top players in the league: LeBron, Anthony Edwards, Luca. They never say Jamal Murray, but he's an NBA champ. And he went out last night, scored 52 points in a win over the Pacers. And he went 10 for 11 from 3 and tied the all-time NBA record for highest percentage, 91%, with at least 10 attempts. Why don't we talk about Jamal Murray more than we do?
He's not flashy. There's nothing to his game that just jumps off out of the TV, and it's just not sexy. What he does is he's just a really damn good NBA player, and he does his job really well. He's also connected to Jokic, which isn't sexy either. But if you look at Jamal Murray, last season was okay. It wasn't that great. And then if you look at the offseason when he played for Team Canada, SGA was getting the starting nod, and he did not look like himself. Because of that, I think people looked over Jamal Murray, but I think he's having a resilient start to this season.
He's getting overlooked. Clearly, last time we talked about him was 4 years ago in the bubble. And yeah, you know what? He actually had some pretty sexy layups in the bubble. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What a great bounce back from Jamal Murray, though, because I say bounce back because if you saw his game the other night, he did not shoot one shot in the second half, 3 for 8 from the field in the first half. And that's how he ended up finishing the game Monday night against Dallas. Very suspect, if you ask me. However, Jamal Murray, in my book, has got to be the most underrated player in the league right now.
And speaking of underrated, the Pistons are the number 1 seed in the East. The Thunder are the number 1 seed in the West. Do you like, topic number 5, that the Thunder have made it known? And I like motivation. When you're a defending champion, it's hard to go out there and say, I want to play hard for 82 games. So they kind of backed themselves into a corner, but I like it, DG. They said, we want to break the all-time record of 72 by the Golden State Warriors. Do you like that they're trying to do that?
Absolutely. You got to motivate yourself individually. Why did Michael Jordan make up like interesting stuff and people talking bad about him just to make him motivated? So self-motivation is key. And I do absolutely despise the Thunder fans and everything to do with the Oklahoma City Thunder team. But they're really, really good. They're just now getting Jalen Williams back. It's only going to make them better.
It's so easy to overlook the regular season, especially after you go and win the NBA Finals as a young team as well. So these mid-November games against the Portland Trailblazers in the regular season, not exactly the sexiest thing in the world. But, you know, actually ended up being the one game they lost. However, the Thunder have lost that one game. And no, they've really played absolutely exceptional lately. I'm really impressed by how they've played and how they've treated this season.
It's amazing when you look at the records right now. Thunder 21-1, Lakers are the 2 seed 15-5 without LeBron for most of it so far. Houston 14-5, KD's playing at a really, really high level, but he's missed some time. And then you got San Antonio without Wemby. So these teams are figuring it out, and I think that it's going to be a blessing in disguise for the Spurs, for Houston, and for the Lakers that they played some significant time and games without their 3 big superstars. Gentlemen, well done on Front Page News. And by the way, Peyton, producer man, let me know that it was frozen and maybe not shake out the head with, like I'm assuming that's what you do when you get out of the shower in the morning.
Yep, of course. A little under the weather today, Coach, but, I'm here.
I can't tell.
This is the flu
I haven't been able to do that since, like 20 years ago with this beautiful dome. All right, boys, we're only halfway home. Coming up on the other side, it's time to tackle Thursday Night Football, and this is a great one. It really, really is. Cowboys and the Lions in Detroit City. This is an eliminator. And then we have NBA Showcase, the Warriors on tap tonight. Having a great time, just getting started. Coaching Company right here live on Stadium. All right, we continue on, you degenerates, on our YouTube page. Now, Lionel Messi has said that he is non-committal to playing next year, guys, in the World Cup. He's 38 years old. He doesn't know how his body's going to hold up. He's playing for Inter Miami. He signed another deal. They're going to be moving the schedule to coincide with the world soccer schedule. So everything's changing. DG, he said, and I quote, "In our country, we just treat it a little bit differently." I don't think he's taking a shot at the United States, but I like the quote.
Well, what he's trying to say is like, this is important to us. Like, it's just not a normal game. We're not just going out here to see, if we could possibly win. No. This is life or death. And so because of that, I love Lionel Messi. He's one of the best to ever play the game. 38 though, man, 39. Like, that's when your body starts to really hit that wall. I've been there. I'm a little over the hill now, but yes, I think he's getting close.
I can't wait to get there someday. Young Peyton, your thoughts?
Yeah, me too, Coach. Me too. Lionel Messi, I mean,
screw you.
They do treat it like life or death, though, out there, like DG was saying. And him going out there, like, he can't just go out there just to go out there, right? If he's not feeling it, he's not going to. And I know, for one thing, I'm not going to be watching the World Cup if Lionel Messi doesn't play. He's got to play. I love watching him. He's so fun to watch.
Oh, I will. Raphael, from an odds point of view, it's got to be like odds Shangri-La.
It is. That's why I love his quote, because Euro Cup, World Cup, these are their Super Bowls. This is not America's sport. This is what everyone dreams of watching. Messi and his country, Portugal with Ronaldo. I would be saddened to see him, but I totally understand because age has finally got him.
Ronaldo, man, he's going to be drama. There's this little kid I follow on Instagram. He's in Europe. He's Ronaldo's biggest fan. He's got like 900,000 followers, and all his dad does is shoot this kid all day. I'm telling you, I get sucked into deep dives on IG. This kid thinks Ronaldo walks on water. They all do still over there in Portugal. They all do. We'll see what he does after the $600 million contract in Saudi Arabia just came to an end. We're back in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Oh, a lot of you are coming in. We're just halfway home. If you're watching us live in the East, it's 10:32. If you're watching us in the West, you're just getting out of bed. It's 7:32 a.m. out here in Pacific time. Now, we are presented today, Not Without Hope, in theaters December 12th, starring Josh Duhamel. We have the QR code up on the screen throughout the show. I encourage you to buy your tickets through us. It would be appreciated. Now, still to come in about 50 minutes, we got our NBA showcase. But first and foremost, I got to see my guy, Raphael. Because, Raphael, this is a great Thursday night game tonight. The Cowboys traveling to Detroit. The Lions, they lost a week ago to the Green Bay Packers. They haven't looked good. They're 7-4. On the other side, the Cowboys, huge comeback against the Eagles, and then last week beating the Kansas City Chiefs. So back-to-back weeks, they beat the two teams that played in the Super Bowl last year. What do you got for me?
I'm so excited for this game, Coach. We're going to see points. The public betting the over. It's 54.5. But the wise guys want to bet the under. That's why we won't see 55. I'm hearing a lot of big action wants the under on this game. So keep an eye out for 54 and 54.5. And let's face it, the two wide receivers are getting so much love. Pickens, wide receiver number, receiving yards, opened up at 78.5, now 83.5. Lamb opened up at 75.5, now 84.5. These two guys are going to be bet overs all day long.
Wait a second. That's gone up like 3 yards since basically the start of the show. I had it at 81.5, like at 9:55 a.m. Eastern time.
I have seen so many parlays come in with NBA, NHL, and just these two guys. Not even the game, just these two guys.
Wow. Boy, this is going to be fascinating. It's going to be fun. We got to break it down. It can't just be me and you, Raphael. I think we need the guys, don't you? I believe so.
I couldn't agree more.
All right, let's kick it off. It really feels like a playoff game tonight, guys. You've got stars all over the field. You've got, well, not such a good narrative, DG. I'm going to start with you, with Dan Campbell. He has become so infuriating as a NFL fan to watch. I think they're 0 for 7 in their fourth down going for it, but he's pulled probably 12 to 15 points off the board by some of these boneheaded decisions. 4th and 8. from the 11 and you're not, I mean, what are we doing? Right now, how much do you think the Lions would rather have the game in Dallas because of all of this chatter going on?
Well, the Lions definitely don't kick field goals. I can tell you that. But I don't think you always want it at home. I know that there is a lot of chatter going on, but realistically, your head is down in the books, and you're looking through all the tape and you're looking through all the video to make sure that your team is ready. I think tonight the Cowboys are playing so good defensively that I think that their offense is going to continue to keep up with the Lions, and so I think the defensive side for the Cowboys covers this number. I think they win outright.
And it may be the reason the unders a play, Peyton, because the fact that it's going to be 6 to 9 points that Dan Campbell yanks off the board tonight. We already know that. Even though he said, yeah, we've kind of painted ourselves back. No, you painted yourself into a corner, not the team. So the under could be the play, but also team totals. There's a lot of things that are affected by the way that he coaches.
Yeah, the under could be the play, but you look at this, it's Cowboys Lions. So Dak likes to take shots down the field to two of the best receivers in football, and that leads to lots of yards and most of the time points in very small amounts of time. The Cowboys never really have those 7-8 minute drives with those receivers. They like to throw it and get downfield like a basketball team that plays with great pace. And yeah, Jared Goff hasn't looked great. He's completed just 62 of his last 105 attempts, but the Lions are going to score because they're playing a terrible Cowboys defense that allows 29 points a game, second worst in the NFL behind Sloopy's Giants. But can Dallas return the favor whenever Detroit gets in the end zone? I think they do, and that makes this game go over tonight.
Yeah, I was doing my research today on those lengths of drives, and you're right. They're not normally that long. They're more in the range of 6, 7. It still never gets old, at least not to me. Probably everybody else. Raphael, come over because I know you're not my parlay guy. You're not a teaser guy, but it feels like the Cowboys could be a great teaser pick here because the Lions, the way they're playing, I agree with DG. Cowboys are live to win this game. You're going to give me 9 in a teaser? I'll take it.
Yeah, teaser actually coming in, but everyone's taking the Cowboys money line. Why take the +3? If you're going to win outright, take them on the money line. That's why a lot of shops have +135 instead of +140. And if you're the Lions, now you're getting a better money line price. If you just want straight up to win, -150 on a spread that's 3, that's a steal.
A steal. All right. Now, when you've got stars on both sides of the fence, it's absolutely amazing. Let's start with the quarterbacks because Dak and Jared Goff. Dak DG has been playing great. Jared Goff, not really. And for a quarterback to have their number at 276, they have to be playing really good. Anything you like here?
Yeah, it makes me nervous about the Dak passing yards just because that 276 is a large number and Detroit is decent against passing yards. I have a play on Goff passing yards, so I still like that. Both guys can have a longest pass here. They're in the 30s, the mid 30s. I think that both guys are easy susceptible for a 40-plus yard long pass of the day.
And we have seen that, Raphael, if we go back to the well, that if you play a specific guy, you can save about 10 yards on that longest pass.
Yeah, the longest pass, even though it's a big number for 38.5 for Dallas, but those two wide receivers just screams at me and take the 38.5. But you know what's shocking that just screams on the betting board right now? 17-1 for Goff to just quarterback sneak into the end zone with Gibbs and everyone Montgomery. They think them two are going to get at the goal line. Just push Jared Goff in at 17-1.
17-1. Your take here on the quarterbacks, young Peyton.
I'm with Raph there. How about Goff taking off for a 24-yard run last week on Thanksgiving? He's +118 to have 1 rushing yard, +489 to have 10 or more on DraftKings. With no St. Brown, maybe he feels like he's got to do a little more. Why not hope he scrambles for one more against a bad Cowboys defense? Could be a nice little play. I'll take the over on a Jared Goff scramble tonight.
All right. He's got to be killing Amon-Ra St. Brown not to be in the game tonight. This dude's a great dude. He's a great player. He's a beast. He blocks. This is a big loss for them. It really, really is. All right, now, you talk about on the ground. We had 2 guys that are having spectacular seasons. You got Jahmyr Gibbs on one side. You got Javonte Williams with the Cowboys. And DG, Javonte Williams, he's been hitting his over every single week, and even still, it's right in the mid-60s.
Yeah, Javonte Williams has played well. This number isn't too big for me. I like Javonte going over this. They're going to have to rely on the run game some just to keep them honest in the secondary. But I want to look at that under for Jahmyr Gibbs. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. Amazing. The Cowboys, they haven't allowed 100 yards on the ground in the last 3 games. That's total, not individually. Total in the last 3 games, they haven't allowed 100 yards. And so I think his under is the play tonight.
Raphael, what happened to the days that we didn't know who to play, David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs? Now, for a lot of reasons, it's all about Jahmyr Gibbs.
It wouldn't shock me if Montgomery gets a little bit more attempts today and Gibbs gets a little bit more receiving yards because of the absence of Brown. So I like Gibbs receiving yards today more than I do like his rushing yards. I do like the under at 77.5, but receiving yards over.
King Lettuce, what about you?
I like Gibbs tonight. He has a huge game on the ground. I would say that Gibbs hits the over by getting some yards after contact, but the truth is there is no contact. The Cowboys just let opposing running backs run right through them, right down Broadway. Take Jahmyr Gibbs over rushing yards. And also, I like his longest rush. I think he breaks out for a 40, 50-yard carry tonight for a touchdown. Whatever his longest, 16.5, I'd take that.
Oh, it's amazing. All right, finally, let's look at the wide receivers. And you got all pros running all over the field minus Amon-Ra St. Brown. So we have CeeDee Lamb on the Cowboys side. We have Jameson Williams. And DG with Amon-Ra St. Brown out. Do you think that adds pressure for Jameson Williams to be the clear-cut number 1?
It definitely adds pressure, but we saw it last week when Amon-Ra St. Brown went out early in that game. Jameson Williams stepped up, and what you're seeing is him running out of the slot a little bit more and running those slants through the middle. That's what's going to open up this, because what happens is he's going to garner all that attention. He's going to catch some easy passes, but what will then is the other receivers, the 2, the 3 that nobody really knows much of, they'll be on the outside with a little bit less coverage. But I do love his receiving receptions over 5.5 tonight.
And Raphael, we're seeing graphically now what we mentioned a couple of minutes ago, that the CeeDee Lamb longest reception, 25.5, and he routinely will have a deep end that he catches it at about 20, and then he'll take it to 30 or 35. I love that. What about you?
Yeah, I love his long reception at 25.5. But since I made fun of Tommy C scoring a touchdown, CeeDee Lamb has been in the end zone, seems like every time he's on. So give me the plus 110, because I would never doubt Tommy C again.
Oh, he was blowing up the phones when he scored last week. Young Peyton, he can't score. Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Do you feel like since what happened in Vegas, both guys seem to be locked in? I'm talking about George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, they are right now. And this is really just from a betting standpoint a matter of which one do you pick, right? Like producer man, when he had to pick which one he should put on the screen tonight, CD or Pickens. But Dak can throw to either receiver on every down, really. But whose night will it be tonight? Last week it was CD's, and of course I had Pickens on Prize Picks, right? That's just how it goes. But I think I like CD's longest reception tonight. Dak is going to take some shots down the field. I think CD hauls one in like he did last week. He got one for 51 last week.
That's right. DG, it really feels like that Dak really trusts George Pickens now. And he's saying even Jake Ferguson has been kind of taken out of the offense because they're going to these two guys almost exclusively, but the teams can't stop it.
Well, the reason they can't stop it because there's both of them. And I talked about earlier about the man coverage. People are putting one-on-one on George Pickens, and Dak is seeing that and knowing that George Pickens can win the route. And so why would you not go to the outside and let George Pickens just work? Because of that, that's why he's going to those two individually, because he trusts trusts CD, but also Pickens one-on-one, that's easy.
101, that is easy. So that's coming up tonight. We'll be live with our premium pop-up, by the way, and it'll be interesting, Raphael. Raphael will be there, I think. Mikey will be there to see where the numbers are tonight as opposed to this morning, because I think throughout the day, they're going to just be bet up and bet up and bet up, and we'll see how high is too high tonight. But I would play CeeDee Lamb up to 90. And Pickens, man, this guy is just the sky's the limit for him. All right, still to come here on Coach and Company, NBA Showcase time. We got teams starting to separate themselves, and is it all over for Steph Curry? It's Coach and Company live on Stadium. Some people call it disrespectful. Stephen A. Smith went bananas saying that the LA Clippers are in disarray. And now Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, they said they were shocked when they found out in the middle of the night a couple of nights ago that CP3 was asked to go home, that he will not finish out his final season in the NBA with the LA Clippers. DG, do you believe them?
You know what? I believe them in the fact that I don't think that they were pushed off and I guess pushed back from the fact that CP3 is a little aggressive and calling everybody out. But what I don't understand is why Lawrence Frank, the GM of the team, is flying to Atlanta to dismiss CP3 at 3 a.m. in the morning. It doesn't make sense. Like, what is happening? This whole franchise, there's a lot of problems internally for sure.
Raphael, a lot of problems internally. When you have a billionaire that doesn't even know how to celebrate, it starts from the top down. It really does.
Yeah, I think we're missing something out of this whole story because this just all doesn't make sense. Why they release him at that time of the day, and there was a perfect reason to release him earlier in the season. Why do it now? I don't understand why.
What do you think, Peyton?
It's just weird. Kawhi and James Harden shocked by that news. If they're shocked about this, then how shocked are they going to be when Ty Lue gets fired? They're terrible right now. Absolutely zero defense from the Clippers, and they're having trouble scoring. Zubac hasn't improved his game in about 7 years. The Clippers are sad to watch right now. But with CP3, we don't really know what happened exactly. A little disrespectful to him when he brought the Clippers some really great years to LA.
You guys remember when the Chauncey Billups and Damon Brown situation came out? Lou's name was kind of tied to that because he's boys with all of them, and that's kind of calmed down, silenced a little bit. But I wonder if there's going to be a second wave. And I'm not accusing Lou of anything, but his name was. I wonder if they maybe got a little distracted because his name was out there. It was out there a lot.
Yeah, he's boys with him for sure.
Big time. Big time. All right, it's time for a little NBA. We're back in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Coach and Company coming up in about 5 minutes. If you missed our best bets at the top of the show, don't even worry about it. We've got you as we're going to lock it in just a little bit. But every single weekday night, there is a nationally televised game tonight. It's the Warriors and the Sixers. And DG, when they put the schedule together, they assume all the stars are going to be playing. Steph Curry, he's been hit with the injury bug most of this season so far. He's had some good games, but when you have a hamstring issue, it takes a long time for it to heal. Tonight, the Sixers, I really like the number, to be honest, 2.5 at home. I like the money line, -140. The Warriors, the last 3 or 4 games, have been playing awful basketball. Your take on this one?
Yeah, the 76ers surprised me, though, when they were a 2.5-point spread, but it's because the Warriors haven't been playing well. Tyrese Maxey should have a great game tonight. And if you're looking at any player props, I would look at Tyrese Maxey. You have VJ Edgecombe as well for the 76ers. There's so many pieces you can go to. The problem is you're going to get that 2 p.m., 3 p.m. injury report finally come out today. And at that point, that's when you can really target some of these. But Maxey's playing no matter what. I would look at his lines for sure.
And that's what makes Raphael, it's so hard to bet on the NBA right now, because even when they come out right there, it's sometimes an injured player will play like 15 minutes or 10 minutes. It's still an issue, but the Sixers just got fined $100,000 for an injury violation. I don't care how rich you are. When you start getting hit $100,000 here, $100,000 here, you're going to adjust your reporting a little bit.
Yeah, there's 2 games on the schedule today that you would fall into that wait till 3 o'clock. This isn't one of them. I think everyone that's on the injury list is not playing or is playing, with Maxey playing some really good ball, and the shorthanded Warriors 2.5 won't be there. They'll probably be 3.5 by tip off.
Yeah, I love Maxey. He's kind of like the Energizer Bunny. And Peyton, some bettors like to just bet the same guy or the same bet on most days. And if you're looking at 3 or 4 guys in the NBA to always bet their over and say, hey, I'll take 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, Maxey's right there.
He's right there. I like the 2.5 tonight. I mean, Joel Embiid, though, he's probably Come on, of course he's not playing. It's Joel Embiid. He's doubtful. they're minus 2.5. I would take the 2.5. Although the Warriors did look pretty good against the Thunder for 3 quarters, but then the Thunder ended up covering by a point. However, the spread just 2.5 here. I would definitely take the Sixers tonight.
Boy, we talk all the time about Steph Curry. Draymond Green, DG, he is coming to the end of his run as well. I don't know if he's made an outside shot all season. It's embarrassing how bad his jumper is.
I hate Draymond Green. Can we just pass on this guy? No, Draymond Green is going to be Draymond Green. He's going to shoot his ugly jump shot. But in all honesty, he's just hoping to piss somebody off on the other side to get in their head for mental games. That's all his job is these days.
28 minutes he played, 13 points, 5 of 11 from the field. Why is he, Peyton, taking 8 3-pointers in a game?
It's unbelievable. We talked about it already this week, Coach. I already banged him for going 0 for 7 from downtown. What does he do? He knocks down 3 of the last game. I mean, of course he does that. But, he's one of those guys where, when he lets it fly, it's like, no. Yeah, nice shot. Attaboy, if he knocks it down. But honestly, sometimes when he hits it, though, Steve Kerr is still kind of just like, oh, gosh, why is he letting it go?
Why is he letting it go? And why does it look like it's as flat as a pancake?
So,
all right, gentlemen, we were 4-8 yesterday. Now, I know, Peyton, it wasn't your fault. DG, it wasn't your fault. Me and Raphael will take it on the chin, 1,000%. But today's a new day. It's time to lock it in. All right, boys, 10 seconds or less. Just 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. Young Peyton, upper left, start me off.
Couple of player props from the college kid. Let's get it. First, I got Austin Reeves tonight going off for the Lake Show in Toronto. His number's high at 29.5 because Luka is not playing. We're taking Reeves to have a 30 ball. And Dak Prescott to throw for 270 tonight. I just think whichever way this game goes, he hits the over. I really like Dak's passing yards tonight.
Raphael?
Jared Goff over 21.5 passing completions. He's averaging 22.3 passing completions at home, and he's hit this prop bet 3 out of 5 games. And then give me George Pickens over 5.5 receptions at minus 125. Even if it's minus 130, I would still grab it because he's been cashing this left and right. 5 straight games he's hit this number.
Boom. DG, talk to me.
It's nice having Raphael have 2 picks on 2 of your 3, but I'm going to go with Jared Goff first. No matter the game script, I think he goes over the 250.5 passing yards just because they're not going to be able to run on the Cowboys like they used to. And then Jamison Williams, his target is going to be over 8.5 receiving yards at minus 108. He's done this in 3 of the last 4. He's now wide receiver 1 with Amon-Ra out. And then George Pickens, over the 79.5 receiving yards. I would play this all the way up to 85, 88. I think he's going to feast tonight against man coverage.
All right, and I've got 3. If you're going to cash with the coach, this is going to be 3-0. CD Lamb is going to have a big night. I kind of had a vision last night. I'm seeing 8 for like $110. I don't think he's going to have a bunch of big receptions. I think he's going to have a bunch of 10, 12, 15-yard receptions. Then Anthony Edwards. He's gone over this number 6 games in a row. He hasn't scored less than 31 in those games. He's gone over 40 a couple of times. He's starting to really get in a flow. Plus, the Pelicans defense is not very good, so he's going to have plenty of opportunity to score tonight. All right, Raphael, make me a little smarter.
I think we're going to see points tonight. That's why, like each of the Detroit Lions' last 8 home games against NFC East opponents have gone over the total. And the Lions' last 4 Thursday night football games, 3 of them have gone over the total.
All right. Do not forget, tomorrow we're going to have a full breakdown of championship weekend in college football. Guys, I saw I don't know if you guys saw this, but John Gruden put out like a 7-minute video. If you guys haven't watched it, go and watch. He's talking about the playoff. DG, do you think it's a disadvantage physically that Alabama and Georgia, they have to play an extra game? They're both guaranteed to get in, but A&M, all these other teams that don't have to pay a championship, do you think that's going to lead to them kind of tweaking how this is done? Because it doesn't make a lot of sense that they would have to and the other teams don't.
Well, you can't take away championship games because somebody has to be the champion, of their conference, and so it's going to be hard to do that. But I get it. Maybe if you're you're the I guess division or conference winner, you get a bye no matter what. I don't know. There's ways of doing that and figuring it out. But realistically, yeah, the people that aren't playing, they get a little bit fresher bodies for sure.
And what if you have a significant injury, Peyton, in one
Mm.
of these championship games? And if you're A&M, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, you don't.
And you're saying it, championship games. These are big games. These are big games against other good teams. And this isn't like a, walk in the park where you're going to go play the Horned Frogs or something, right? You're playing a really good team, a very strong team, really physical. So you can't play the second, third string guys that you probably would against a lower leverage team. So that's probably the biggest thing about this.
Raphael, from a numbers perspective, do you think teams that are a lock to get in might take the gas pedal off a little bit, take some players out of the game?
We could see that, but we look at it like in college basketball, where some teams, the number one seed, loses their conference tournament and prepare for themselves for the big brackets. So we kind of look at our numbers doing it that way because we've been dealing with this since college basketball, since day one of March Madness.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right, gentlemen, well done. Appreciate you. Producer man, I need that one shot. If you think we are done, you would be sadly mistaken. We're only halfway home. We dominate the Stadium Network every single Thursday. Coming up in 4 minutes, the Coach and Bro Show. We got a ton of topics that we got to talk about. Do not forget, we'll have a premium pop-up tonight for premium members only. We'll be live watching the Thursday Night Football. We've got, 5 different NBA games to live bet. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a community that's growing. There's so many good people in there, and I want you to be a part of it. In the meantime, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of the tickets straight to the pay window. My entire team, damn it, do I love them all. My guy, DG, Raphael, young Peyton, just rocking it down there at TCU. Mikey P behind the scenes, and of course, producer man making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day. We'll see you tonight right here on Coaching Company Live on Stadium. Take care.